everybody, and welcome to what I am coming to think of as episode 0 of my SemiVanilla Minecraft SMP Let's Play series. We're starting out on what is actually the old server. 1.20 just launched recently, and this server has been running for a couple of months on 1.19. But now that 1.20 is here, we have started up a new world, and so we'll be moving over there. Right now, what I'm doing is we are inside my house on the 1.19 server, just to get a feel for what we had set up beforehand. It's nothing special, just got some storage over here. I never did get around to setting up any sort of automated storage. This is my bulk storage on the far end. And you can see my little map table here. This is part of a village that I revamped, and we'll be looking at that a little bit later in the episode. So with that said, I'm going to jump outside my house. You can see there are several builds around here built by other members on the server. We called our little town here Azalea. And if we pan around over here, you can see there's quite a bit more going on. Some of it, a little prettier than others. We've got a little market square down here. Some folks decided to build very, very, very tall for no particular reason other than just to build up, which is fine. But we'll go ahead and jump down here. And one of the other members took a great deal of time really kind of sprucing up this area, making it look really pretty, just with a bunch of decorative plants and water features. It looks really nice, so hats off to you, Tuna. I think you did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do on the 1.20 server. So yeah, in the town, we've got a little storage facility. I did not write the sign, so the typo is not mine. And this is just for some shared resources for folks that are part of the town. Now, the server name is SemiVanilla because that's what this really is. For the most part, this is a vanilla SMP server, but there are a couple of primarily quality of life add-ons and changes that were made here. It is running a paper Minecraft server rather than the vanilla server, and a couple of the plugins that we are running include a land claiming plugin that allows you to protect your area of the world from griefing from other players, but also it does protect you from creeper explosions as well, which is very handy. You can see our nether hub, our nether portal. None of us really got around to building out a proper nether hub inside there. But I suspect that since 1.20 did just land, and we're really kind of kicking off right as it started, we'll probably see some more of those types of things in the 1.20 server. So yeah, as I said, I'm just going to kind of take a look around. We'll treat this as sort of a world tour, a goodbye world tour, if you will. Before jumping into the 1.20 server, where we'll be starting off fresh for the most part. One of the plugins that has been installed here is something that they have called nether chests. And the way it works is very, very similar to like an ender chest. The only difference is instead of allowing you to hold on to items, kind of cross-dimensionally, and no matter where you are in the world, The nether chest will allow you to transfer items between this world, the 1.19 server, and the new 1.20 server. So theoretically, as you can see, I'm pretty well kitted out here. Netherite gear, I've got my netherite chest plate in my ender chest. I have a number of shulker boxes, etc., etc. So I could very easily just take all of this stuff with me and start off just at the end game, kind of speed run through, kill the Ender Dragon, etc., etc. But I'm not going to do that. I know there are other players on the server that are going to take a bunch of stuff with them, take a bunch of resources. But what I'm going to do instead is go in fresh. Because honestly, I really enjoy a lot of the early game setup. But we'll end up getting through that very quickly, honestly. Because one of the other things that is installed on this server is a plugin for a crate reward system. And we'll just take a look at that here real quick. If we go into crates, everybody gets a free daily crate, and usually this includes some basic things like some food. So like right here, we got some sweet berries, a couple pieces of redstone dust, and some string. So nothing unusual, nothing game breaking, nothing that's going to give you kind of a serious advantage. The website for the server does also have the option of allowing you to submit votes for the server. If you like the server, you like the people that you're playing with, you can vote and get some more visibility and eyes on it. And that's an important thing to note right there. This is a public server. Anybody that wants to jump in to the server and play with me and the other folks on the server are welcome to do so. If you go out to SemiVanilla.com, you can find all of the information on how to join the server, and the information about the server, the rules, etc. On the website. Now, full disclosure, I am a mod for the server, and this is a 100% voluntary position. I don't get anything for being a mod, except for the ability to kind of make sure folks are obeying the rules and doing what they should to ensure that everybody is having a good time and enjoying themselves on the game. Before I continue rambling on there, just stepping in real quick, what we're looking at and walking around right now is what I termed Azalea Industries. This is a bunch of redstone farms and villager trading operations that I set up to support the members of the town. Honestly, this was open and available for all members of the server, not just people that had built houses in the town. I don't particularly see any reason in restricting access to these resources just to a certain set of people, because frankly, as we get over here back to the iron farm, there is more iron in this farm than I will ever use. Same with anybody else on the server. And then if we come around here, we've got all of the smiths here in this central build. Big farmer setup. The reason for the walls and fences here is to keep out hostile mobs when they spawn, and also break line of sight to ground that will spawn in this water over here, because I did find that they were able to, when they had tridents, they were able to target some of the villagers up here, even so far as these smiths, and were damaging them, and I had to cure a couple of them from being turned to zombies, which is good and bad. Good, I get the discount for curing them from being zombies. Bad, just because it's a pain to just go through the process and have to do that. And then over here, this is my bee farm. It needed some additional work, really, to be finished off. Never really bred up the full complement of bees for it, but it did produce plenty of honey and honeycomb. Now this rather large structure here is the cathedral that I built to house my iron farm. I termed this the Basilica of the Iron Poppy, in honor of the iron and poppies that the golems drop for you. The big kind of statues out front are intended to sort of represent poppies that have, iron bars for the stems, sort of the definition of an iron poppy. And if we come in here, I've decorated it in a kind of semi-Gothic Catholic cathedral style, with the pews, and anybody that is familiar with Catholic churches will recognize the little kneeling area in front of each of the sitting spaces. But if we come up here, this is where all of the iron is coming in. I think, yeah, up to here we're completely full, and then there's another full set of 4 or 5 double chests here for more iron, and then all of the poppies I'm just sending through a composter to get turned into bone meal. I'm farming bone meal in a couple of different places just because it's carryover from other things that are produced, like the melon and pumpkin farm. Back here, this is where we have the clerics, and these are modeled after sort of typical Catholic confessionals. I honestly had quite a bit of fun designing this, and this is strangely not the first time that I have built a church to hide an iron farm. Not sure why my brain just says, hey, this is the thing that makes sense to go around an iron farm, but there we have it. I think on the new server, if I am to build another iron farm, I probably won't build one to the same scale as this, but I'm also saying right now, I am not going to put a church around it. I will find something, anything else to put up around it that is not a church. If we're still going when that time comes, please leave a comment in the comments section if it seems likely that I am going to turn back on that and start building a church. I do not want to build another church. Up here is just a simple mob farm. Just your traditional design using trapdoors and mob pathfinding to get sent down water streams and collected after a drop to bring them down to 1 or 2 hearts of health. So that said, as I said, there is the option for land claiming, which also allows you to quickly teleport between your areas that you have claimed on the server. That also allows you to provide access to other players to your different land claims at different permission levels. So you might just grant people access to containers like your chests and barrels. You might want to give them access to your redstone contraptions, your buttons, your levers, that sort of thing. Or you can give them full access to let them build and destroy blocks within the area. And any of those permission levels will also allow players to teleport directly to their claims. No, I'm not going to teleport to anybody else's claims here, just because until I get specific permission from them to show their builds on YouTube, I would prefer to let them maintain ownership over how much they show or don't show to the public of their builds. So that said, I'm just going to jump over to, this is my very first claim, and this is very, very close to where I spawned in the world. And you'll notice I said where I spawned in. The final big change that is different on this server than a pure vanilla server is there is a randomized spawn. There is not a central spawn area that everybody spawns in. And this is really done to help avoid that super overcrowded central spawn area where the resources are mined out immediately. It's difficult to find places to build. This allows players to spread out sort of naturally, and then as they want to come together to build out communities like our village of Azalea, they can do so. Because you can, in addition to teleporting between claims, you can also request to teleport to other players. A TPA, which is a teleport ask, will ask permission to teleport to another player. You can also do a TPA here, which will ask the other player to allow you to teleport them to you. And we may see some of that a little bit later in the series. But that said, right now, I think we'll go ahead and call this one it for right now. I don't plan on taking any of my items from this server to the new server, at least not at first. So we will jump into the new server and start off an episode 1 for this series and get started through the initial grind. And we'll take a look at how we'll accelerate that a little bit once we've got ourselves just a little bit of initial material set up. So that said, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you watching. If you liked this, please leave a like down on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.